pleasing to where I don't have too much space. I mentioned this once before. As you're doing your lettering, especially on a project like this, be sure you concentrate. Try not to have any distractions, because if you mess it up, you have had it. There really is there's no going back if you mess up. So try to be real careful, to concentrate and not have any distractions as you're doing your work. It's very, very easy to concentrate on strokes and hand position and all that and foul up. And I've done it more times than I like to admit. Okay, it's taking shape. As you can see, this really is the icing on the cake. Once you know how to do the letters and you can put them together with the various strokes, then the actual execution of the lettering and putting it on your project, that's the fun part. That's where you really get your satisfaction and know that all that time you spent practicing is beginning to pay off. And it will. There are just numerous ways of using calligraphy. And I think you'll find that as you practice and as you do more and more, you're going to find ways that I haven't even thought of, and I've been doing it a long time. Well, let's look again at the project, and let me show you that the guidelines are still on here. I've drawn them lightly with a pencil, with a 6B pencil, and I want to be able to come back and erase those lines. So with a white eraser, just a white eraser that you can get at any art store, after it's dry, be sure. Now, I wouldn't dare erase over this entire board right now because my ink isn't dry. So you really should give it 24 hours or so. Then with this light eraser, come back and knock those guidelines off. And be sure that they're completely gone. Now, I want to spend just a second and tell you how you prepare your wood. We got the cart before the horse. But take a piece of wood. First of all, you need to sand it. Sand it and seal it and make sure that it's completely sealed. Ask your art store what you need. They'll help you out. Sand it, seal it, put a base coat on it, and then if you can do decorative painting, go ahead and add some painting to it. Now, here's a good idea of something that, if you're not an artist, if you don't do total or decorative painting, you can do something like this. This is a piece of wood that I lettered on, and the rose, it was merely cut from a greeting card. I just went to the card store, cut it out, and added it to my lettering to show you, give you an idea that if you don't do artwork, or you don't have anyone in your family who does, then you can just cut out a greeting card, whether it's a flower or whatever. Here's another interesting idea, and this is a project that we're going to do on a future show. It's just a little shingle, so to speak, that you can put at the front of your house. We'll put your name and your address and call attention to who you are and where you live. And it's a fun thing to do. In addition, when you're doing calligraphy, don't restrict yourself to paper. There are so many different surfaces you can work on. For example, here's a piece of leather that's had a little wood burning on it, and I just lettered in regular calligraphy at the top and the bottom with a dip pen using India ink. It goes nicely on leather. It's easy. And one other sample that I'd like to show you is a piece of, what is this? This is marble. Actually, a piece of marble. I found a piece of irregularly shaped marble, and I lettered this in a style called uncial. And we'll get into this more in the future. I'll show you how to do this alphabet. It's different. It looks different than the cursive and the other styles, and I think you'll find that it's interesting to use too. There are so many ways, again, that you can use calligraphy on different surfaces. Think about, in addition to leather and wood, you can do it on metal. If you prepare the surface right, you can do lots of things. I promised you a big surprise at the beginning of the show, and I'd like to show it to you now. We've worked on wood during this half hour, and I wanted to show you a piece that I did several years ago on a very nice piece of birch plywood. I lettered the Declaration of Independence, and it was something that I had wanted to do for a good while. As you can see, it's not the average size calligraphy project, but you can do it. I hope you'll enjoy calligraphy. Practice, join us again next time, and we'll do more with the exciting world of calligraphy.
For a complete calligraphy kit containing pins, practice sheets, instructional booklet, and charts, send $12, which includes first-class postage and handling, to Calligraphy, P.O. Box 2726, Huntington Beach, California, 888-926-47.
Tonight at 6, Frontline takes a look at the conflict in Ireland through the eyes of Irish Americans who support the IRA and its strategy of violence.
Calligraphy with Ken Brown was made possible by a grant from Hunt Manufacturing Company, makers of creative writing products and fine art materials.
Bernard escorts Sally to the horse fair, making Flurry very jealous in the Irish RM on Masterpiece Theater tonight at 9, 8 Central. It's a rare treat when Maestro Nicholas Harsanyi takes up his baton to conduct the Tallahassee Symphony. In this, their third concert of the 1983-84 season, the orchestra will perform works by Schubert, Ward, Mendelssohn, Winstead, and Stravinsky. For a heightened musical experience, listen to it in stereo by tuning in to FM 91.5. Don't miss the Tallahassee Symphony, Wednesday night at 9.
Each year, we honor those veterans who gave their lives in service for our country. But many of our veterans who valiantly served now serve their communities as civilians. I'm Harry Walters of the Veterans Administration. We work hard to keep our veterans healthy. You can work with us by visiting a hospitalized veteran, especially during our National Salute to Hospitalized Veterans, the week of February 14th. Let our hospitalized veterans know how much we care.
First in quality television in North Florida, this is WFSU TV, Channel 11.
San Francisco, it calls to me, San Francisco. I gotta be back in Frisco, beside the sea, up and down Chinatown, New York's pace, Chicago's grace, great towns, but they can't replace the razzmatazz, Alcatraz, and all that jazz. Telegraph Hill, it fits the bill, cable cars thrill. They thrill me still, Golden Gate Bridge, the boat rolling in. So if you find the need to explore all your dreams, look to San Francisco, my favorite town. Look to San Francisco, my favorite town.
Welcome to Great Chefs of San Francisco, a culinary guided tour with the chefs of some of the finest restaurants in the Bay Area. This time from Ross, California, Le Coquelicot, and chef owner Maxime Sacher. Le Coquelicot means poppy in French, and the poppy is California's state flower. Like the name, Chef Max Sacher represents a happy combination of classic European cooking tradition and California ambiance. Born in French Switzerland, he began his cooking career in his hometown near Lake Geneva.
My grandfather had a restaurant, but I was not raised that he sold it when I was very young, and my father didn't take over. But my sister had a restaurant on the Lake of Geneva, which has mostly fish restaurant. And I got two aunts who owns a hotel in Switzerland. But that's not really the reason why I learned how to cook. I wanted to be a mechanic. And my brother said, you're crazy, be a cook.
It is fitting, then, that Le Coquelicot is not only located near a mountain, Mount Tamalpais, but is also housed in a former car repair shop. Before opening his own operation in 1983, Chef Max worked in his native Switzerland and Germany, England, Tahiti, and Hawaii, as well as in San Francisco and nearby Sonoma Valley. The dishes Chef Sacher prepares this time are off the restaurant menu and reflect not only an inventive approach to his craft, but a solid classical tradition as well.
Max begins the duck liver mousse by softening gelatin leaves in water. They will be used for both the mousse and the aspic which accompanies. The leaves are restaurant items and may be replaced by unflavored gelatin in the home kitchen. The sautéing of duck livers is preceded by chopped shallots and a sprig of fresh thyme.
The mousse of duck liver, it's very simple to be done, and it's a very good recipe commercially. It's very fast to be made, and it's very good food cost-wise, and it's a light pâté. It's very successful. And pâté takes a lot of time to be made, and this pâté can be done very fast.
The cooking livers are seasoned with salt and white pepper. Then the softened gelatin leaves are added to 2 cups of warmed heavy cream. Chef Max will flame the livers with cognac, an optional step.
Deglaze with port, cook for another minute, and put it on the side. Add the cream which has been warmed up with the gelatin. Put everything in the Cuisinart. And the reason you have to keep it rare is that as you puree it, everything is going to cook anyway. And strain it right away and cool it off and mold it.
Livers are then combined with the cream and gelatin and processed for 45 seconds to a minute. Consistency, don't neglect this step.
The straining is very important. You have to strain it through a very, very fine test. Otherwise, you have that little sandy test in it. It's not very smooth.
The strained mixture will be seasoned with salt, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and cognac. Meanwhile, the aspic which confines the mousse top and bottom is ladled into the tureen. It cools until set.
Classical way to make an aspic is a long process. You have to make a consommé with all those strong gelatin bones, and you have to be very careful so it's clear, and you have to cook it for a long time. But if you can always substitute with a commercial gelatin if you don't want to go into that. We do the real things here, but if you use a North Swiss product and you add some cognac and a little port inside, you lose that North taste, and it's good too.
Other substitutes are cognac and port wine laced beef bouillon or madriline with gelatin. The top of the mousse also receives a layer of aspic after 2 hours of refrigeration. The finished dish is then served with toasted French bread.
oyster, it's a recipe that I thought of, and the name comes from an island in French Polynesia.
Chef Chacher begins this simple and effective dish with the sauce, a white wine and shallot mixture. The name stems from a 3-year sojourn when the chef sailed his own ship in the South Pacific. Fresh lemon juice is added to the sauce base and it is reduced. Notice that before drying the oysters, Chef Max pours the liquid or liquor into the reducing sauce. These are Blue Point oysters from the East Coast, but any medium-sized fresh oysters will do. The oysters are coated in the standard flour, egg wash, and breadcrumb sequence called the try method. Fresh chopped herbs, thyme, marjoram, sage, mint, and chives perfume the breadcrumbs. After coating, the oysters are refrigerated. The chef now deals with the sauce.
The sauce, you can call it shallot butter, you can call it lemon butter, you can call it beurre nantais, which is, nobody really know what a beurre blanc or lemon butter is. Everybody has his own little feeling or his little trick to do it. And in this case, we use as much cream as we use butter.
The breaded oysters are sautéed in olive oil and butter.
The fresh herbs are important. The way you cook it on a hot butter is very important. The way you dry it between the napkins is very important, so you don't have any fat in the breading. It has to be hot to seize it. If it's just lukewarm, it's going to soak all the oil into it, and you just have a greasy breadcrumb. And that's why you need a hot pan. You get crispy right away, and then it's going to get out of in the napkins, it's going to dry, all the fat is going to get out. And if that's the main, it's the most important things in that dish, is to make it very crispy. The oyster inside is still very moisty, but the breading has to be very, very crispy.